All right, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Room 666. This is going to be another television movie, 45 minutes. I'm giving this 3 out of 5 stars. I thought it was a lot better than the other Jean-Luc Godard discs, mainly because his role is limited to the first 10 minutes or so of this disc. So at the 35th annual Cannes Festival, German director Wim Wenders decided to ask a rather open-ended question, something along the lines of, is cinema on its way out as an art form or whatever they're calling it? And Godard just goes off on his usual nonsensical, contradictory rant, and much of it doesn't make sense. It's aloof and disinteresting. But I think the best one answer is comes from Werner Herzog. He's using his usual wit and biting sarcasm to. At one point, he calls the television a jukebox, which is kind of amusing. And he speaks in German. I'm not sure why he doesn't speak English in this one. Probably because the director is German, and he's just more comfortable talking in his native language. But when he speaks English, he sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger, so, if you know what I mean. And then there are a bunch of other cult movie directors, Hellman and Paul Morrissey. Really couldn't get into what they were saying, though, but at one point, this Filipino director just says, "Why are you asking me this stupid question? I'm from the Philippines, and it's like asking, what is the future of the Philippines?" And then another director kind of said something along the lines of Werner Herzog that can't really predict the future. It's hard to predict, and nobody knows what's going to happen. I think he was saying that the format of the movie theater is dying, which is probably the best answer. Might throw in drive-in theater there. If you listen to rock songs from the 70s and 80s, it's all about rock and roll will never die, things like that. And I don't know, people just by their nature have subjective tastes, and I don't think movies are ever going to die. They're just going to be on Netflix forever, and that's just how it is. I mean, I don't know. Looking back, it's like a time capsule of all these weird, eclectic directors. Oh, then Steven Spielberg is in this. He's talking about how he's complaining about how $10 million movie the big Hollywood studios want to turn that around and turn it into $100 million investment. In other words, tenfold profit on their investment. So that was kind of interesting. I didn't really understand what he was saying. You can't blame runaway inflation on the government, really. Well, the government prints money out of thin air, so it's sort of their responsibility to create inflation. I mean, that's what the whole Federal Reserve System is set up for, if you think about it. But yeah, he's kind of ignorant and not really understanding the economics of the situation. Um, but it was kind of an interesting discussion. It was a nice break from the litany of horrible Godard movies that I've been watching. And so pretty cool. I want to go back and listen to the Monte Hellman, uh, Paul Morrissey stuff now because I didn't really recognize their faces. Steven Spielberg looks indistinguishable from his look with the glasses and the beard today. But anyways, pretty cool little time capsule film. I thought it was interesting how the director left the question open ended, and you got this wide variety of answers from these directors. Um, so, and it's kind of a eclectic group, diverse group of directors. Like I said, you got the cult movie directors, Monte Hellman, Paul Morrissey, and the art house directors, Werner Herzog, Jean-Luc Godard. Then you got the lamestream director, Steven Spielberg. So it's kind of an interesting mix there. And yeah, I got to watch another crappy Godard flick next. Not looking forward to it. What movie do I have next? Let's see. Let's open it up and take a look. Put my Netflix here. I forgot to return Une Femme Marie, 1964. Well, this might be interesting. Probably doesn't have the political undertones that Godard is so infamous for in his latter movies. So it might actually be better than the ones that I've been watching, but probably not by much. We'll see. I'll review it here next week. Laters.